Welcome everyone to The Howl. I am Cameron Foote, and in this episode, I sat down with Alexia Ratynski, Luka Pervan, and Deeya Patel to discuss Hersey's winter play this year, One Stoplight Town. In this episode, we focused on why they wanted to be a part of the show, the play's double cast, and the highlights of participating in the winter play. Thanks for joining, and we hope you enjoy. Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Howl. My name is Cameron Foote, and the producer for today's show is Madeline Bleasdale. We are very excited to have Alexia Ratynski, Luka Pervan, and Deeya Patel here in the Dispatch studio today from the cast and crew of Hersey's 2024 winter play, One Stoplight Town, powered by Jet's Pizza. Thank you all so much for coming. So would you all please go around, say your name, grade, and part you play. So we will start with Alexia and then go around.
So I'm Alexia Ratynski. I'm a junior, and I play Trish.
My name is Luka Pervan. I am also a junior, and I play Melvin.
I'm Deeya Patel. I'm also a junior, and I'm the stoplight operator.
Alexia, would you please give a brief description of what One Stoplight Town is about?
So it's about this small town that gets a stoplight, and there's some people that like it, some people that don't. And just a lot of things happen under the stoplight, like interactions, and this is an ensemble piece, so that means like all the characters have their own moment to shine, and it's not really like main character, like, and there's like just like a bunch of different scenes that we get to see all these people, these characters like get played and like fleshed out, and it's a really cool concept. So it's about change, dealing with change, and just human interaction, I guess.
All right, nice. First question, why did you guys decide to be a part of the show? Why did you audition, or why did you decide to be a part of the tech? We will start with Deeya this time and then go around.
I decided to do tech for One Stoplight Town because I really enjoyed doing tech for the other shows this year and last year, and I didn't get to do much like run crew tech for the other shows that I did, except for the musicals. So I decided I really want to commit to tech and like focus on that for like my future.
Okay, Luka.
So I have been doing theater here now since my freshman year. The winter show was actually my first really introduction to theater anything, and it's been really neat. It's been really fun, and it's since become, I think, sort of a tradition almost to do it with like my friends, and we hope to go through all 4 of them, at least the winter shows, for the rest of our time here, and yeah, it's been really neat.
Nice. And Alexia, why did you audition?
Kind of similar to Luka. When I was a freshman, I started doing the winter show, and that was a really interesting experience, and I met some amazing friends, Luka included, and it's just a lot of fun to do the winter show with them, and it is a bit of our tradition. And I also just really love performing and just the art of acting. I think it's like one of the best things I've ever decided to do, and I have had an interest with it for a while, like in middle school, but there's like more opportunity here at Hersey than there was at my middle school. So it's just nice to have more experience with all that type of stuff.
All right. So next, how is this show different from other productions you may have been in at Hersey? So let's start with Luka this time.
All right. Well, I think one very distinct difference between this show and like all the others that have been done at Hersey is the double cast, which I think that's a really interesting. Like, I think I was an immediate fan of the idea, and while to an extent it sort of doubled our workload, I don't know. I feel like it should have been a stressor almost because of the doubling of the workload there, but I think it was really like almost outweighed by just like how interesting it turned out to be. I thought it was awesome to see like the different interpretations of the same characters throughout like the different shows, the different casts. It's been really neat.
All right. Alexia?
Yeah, definitely the double casting is what really sticks out. I've never done anything like it, and I was, to be honest, very skeptical at first. It was a totally foreign concept to me. I have seen at some of our Hersey productions just like one or two characters double casted, but with the whole show, it's kind of like a little hectic because there's like a character for this cast, and they're like so like different but similar with the way the actors play them. And so it's just interesting to see all the different like ways people play these characters. And it's also confusing sometimes to remember who's on which cast. But yeah, overall, that was an interesting choice, but, you know, I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, I did too. And Deeya, how does this compare to other shows you've done tech for?
Okay, so all the other shows I've done tech for, I've been working backstage. This is the first time I'm doing, like, not, like, backstage. I'm, like, up in the booth operating the stoplight, which is also, like, completely new because most of the other shows, they don't have, like, an extra, like, thing like the stoplight. They just like light sound up there and then production manager. But then this time we have like a little stoplight, and it's like it works with like the characters in the show, so it's like kind of like the stoplight is its like own character in the show, so it's really fun working that.
Yeah. Let's see, next question. So to Luka and Alexia, what do you like about the character you play as, and to Deeya, what character do you think you can relate to most in the show? So let's start with Alexia this time.
So my character Trish, she's basically the handy woman of the town. And I mean, I see her as like, I think kind of similar to me in some ways, but you know, she's very tolerant. She's definitely like, you know, like a mentor type of character. And, you know, she just, like, fixes things that are broken in the literal and metaphorical sense. Like the stoplight, she's always carrying around tools. And I do have a past with tech. For the musicals, I do tech for those, and I really enjoyed that. So it's kind of nice to see my character having, like, a little element of that, you know, tools. And I really like that about my character. And she's also just, I don't know, she's just a cool person, you know, just keeping everyone together, keeping the town running. So, yeah.
Luka, what do you like about your character?
I feel like, so Melvin, he's sort of, you know, like the puppets who sit in like the balcony in the Muppets, like the old guys who just like bicker all the
two
time.
hecklers?
Yeah, the two hecklers. Like, that's kind of Clarence and Melvin, and I think that was just like a lot of fun to bring to life with my scene partner Danny. I think it was we ended up having really nice chemistry, and it's been a lot of fun to just like bring out that goofy like old man energy.
And Deeya, what character do you think you can relate to most in this show?
So there's like a bunch of them, but I'm gonna go with Sally because she's so sarcastic and she's so silly, and they're like with Jim, she's just like arguing back and forth, and I'm like, this is so fun. This would be me. It's so fun.
Hold on, I kind of lost track.
I have a question for Deeya.
Yeah.
How is this set different from something like the musical that is set on a big stage compared to In the Black Box?
Okay, it's first of all, we have audience like in all four sides, and in the musical, it's in the theater where it's like seating and then a stage. But this set is like really cool. We had to find ways to like get like the angles like correctly when we're like first like placing the set, and then like find like how to like design like pavement and like stuff like that, because like you can really see details more on the set where it's like audiences like all around it. And also, what was it? I think like the entrances are also like very different than like on a stage where it's like a curtain and then you just enter from the sides. But like we have to find ways for like to have the entrances like so it's like not too obvious, but it's like pretty like there. And one last thing is like, because it's like really, the black box is really small. So there's only like a couple rows of seating, and then you see the stage like right in front of you. So there's that.
Well, that was actually very similar to a question I had written down here. So, for Luka and Alexia, what is your favorite scene you're in the show? You don't have to give away too much if you don't want to, but we'll start with Luka this time.
Okay. That's a good question, actually. I think it's always nice to, like, Clarence and I, get, like, a good deal of, like, just funny bits and whatnot. And I think it's always really neat because, like, to an extent, we're sort of just, like, they're existing to, like, support whatever else is happening in the scene. And then there's just, like, a little bit where, like, it focuses to us, and then, oh, someone says a funny, and then that's, yeah. And then there's one funny in the first scene of Act 2 that I quite enjoy. I'm not going to give it away, but, yeah.
I know which one.
Yeah. And Alexia?
This is a hard question, because I have some scenes where I just, like, pop up for, like, 2 lines, and then I'm done, but I think I really like the ones where it's, like, with the ensemble. So when one cast is performing, the other cast acts as the ensemble, and we have 2 scenes that involve the ensemble, and I just really like having all those people on stage. It's just nice to have everyone involved. And I also think there's some of the funnier ones, especially this one with, like, protesters, and my scene partner Bob, or Braden/Bob, he's, you know, all mad at them, and I just really like, I love that scene. I think it's funny and just really fun to perform.
Nice. And what is your guys' favorite part about being in the show in general, whether it's watching another actor on stage, whether it's being on stage, or working one of the set pieces? We'll start with Deeya this time.
My favorite part is just from the balcony, you get a very nice view of the show. So, and like Alexia said, like the protester scene, it's like my favorite part is when they go on and then all the techies up there were like chanting along with the actors. It's so much fun just watching it from the balcony.
Luka?
I think to an extent it's sort of like both watching the other actors and also being there yourself, because there's a handful of moments where you realize, like, oh, you are a living, breathing, like, entity present within this story, you know? Like, you're part of the thing that's being unfolded, but you're also watching it unfold at the same time, and I think that's really cool.
And Alexia?
I really just like the people. Like, I love spending time with my friends and, like, performing with them. And I also love, like, not necessarily during the show, but before and after, there's just so many funny and fun moments, like in the dressing rooms where there's always music playing, everyone's singing and dancing, and it's a little crazy, but it's so much fun. So yeah, I just really like getting to know the people, like all the people, and performing with them and creating something amazing.
Nice. And last question for you guys. Is there any advice you would give to anyone interested in auditioning for a show or being a part of tech in the future that's never been a part of a show before? We'll start with Alexia.
Okay. I think a big thing that stops people is the fear of looking stupid. And that definitely was a factor for me. Like, sometimes I'm just like, oh, what am I doing? But honestly, you just have to get out of your own head, which is much easier said than done, but that's really the big thing. Because if you're holding yourself back, you won't be able to, like, realize everything that you can do. So it's just important to throw yourself in and, like, not think about it and just do the best you could, you know. And you have, like, other people who are in the same boat as you, so there's really no reason to worry. So just believe in yourself.
Luka, any advice?
I think Alexia, for the most part, worded everything I was gonna say pretty well. I would say, at least for me specifically, I like looking stupid. It's a lot of fun. So I don't know. I think that's part of like why I enjoy it. And I would say to someone who like wants to get into that, right? Like, you have no idea how fun looking stupid is, right? You gotta like, because is it stupid? Like, I don't know. You gotta be the one to like determine that for yourself, not like the audience, right? They're going to think it's funny if you do, but if you don't take it seriously, then how are they gonna take you seriously? You know? So you gotta like, again, like you gotta fully like give into it, right? And that's just how you have the most fun.
And Deeya, is there any advice you want to give?
For tag, I'd say if you're thinking about doing tag, do it, because there's so many different things that you could possibly do. It starts with like build stuff. It's like if you like engineering, you could join us. If you like being artsy, designing stuff, you can join us. Or if you just like working with your hands, there's so much different stuff that tech has to offer, and like run crew positions, there's like sound, lights, all those stuff. There's like so many different things. You'll find something that you really love. It's so much fun.
Nice.
Could I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I also, just one thing, I would say, it's not so much advice, but reason why you should. It's just so rewarding to see, like, you know, with the set, it's just like, it's so amazing to see, like, everyone enjoying it and working with it. So for, like, tech, that's, like, one of the best parts. And just of the acting, it's just so nice to see your show, like, come together after weeks of practice and, you know, late nights. So it's just so rewarding to see, like, all your hard work, like, put to something that you, like, really enjoy, that other people enjoy as well.
Nice. Well, that's about it we have for today. Thank you to Alexia, Luka, and Deeya for coming. And also, thank you to our viewers for tuning in. And thank you to Jet's Pizza, our sponsor right there on Randall Road. I'm Cameron Foote, and on behalf of producer Madeline Bleasdale, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.